Hello everyone, and welcome back to Tutorials of Tone. My name is Alex. Thank you so much for watching this video. We're talking about today the Kansas rocker, Carry On Wayward Son, arguably their biggest rock hit. This is a super fun one to play live, and whether you're on the FM3, the FM9, or the FX3, we've got a single amp that will allow you purely gapless switching using a pretty intense use of scene controllers. Let's dive right into this preset. First up, we have our input block. Everything is at stock settings except the threshold of our gate, negative 47.5 dB. It's where I like it for my Morse Music Man guitars as well as my Music Man JP15. I'm on the bridge pickup for this entire tune. Moving on to the amp that we're using for this. We are using the Plexi 50 watt 6550. As you can see, there are a lot of modifiers, not only on the tone or ideal page, but also on the preamp. We're using this to allow for completely gapless switching no matter what device we're on. As the FM3 currently doesn't have gapless switching between amp channels, this is a really nice way to go about getting that gapless effect. If you don't care about that, and you don't need it, all of these modifiers are set up to channel A only. And channels B, C, and D are set up to the respective channels for each scene. So for B, we have our overdrive channel, the one that you heard in the intro. We have our lead channel for channel C. And for channel D, we have our clean tone, which we'll hear in a minute. But as you can see, as we cycle through, everything is switching. And that allows for gapless switching. We'll get more to those tones in a second. For our cab block, we are using a pair of 1960 cabs, a 1960A and a 1960B Marshall cabs. We are running a 60 Hz low cut, 8500 Hz high cut. Skipping over the delay block, we are running into a medium plate reverb. Pretty stock settings here, except our mix is at 10% instead of, say, 15, 20%. It's nice to dial that back just a little bit. When we switch over to our lead scene, we engage a monotape delay set to a quarter note, and we also engage a 3 dB boost. The boost is set, but the delay can be brought in or out utilizing the expression pedal, which is tied to the input gain. This is a really great thing to have if you want to play a lot of quick runs, not have the delay mess that up. Then hold the pitch, bring in that delay for that added depth, and then go back to shredding. That could sound like this. You can change any of the settings that you like. But if you hold FC2 on Carry On Wayward Son V1, you can switch between quarter note and eighth note delay. I really like having this option when you play over the mid-song solo. Gives a nice little call response feel. The only difference between Carry On Wayward Son presets V1 and V2 is that on V2 we have our eighth note delay always in, and our quarter note is brought in using the expression pedal, and the feedback of our eighth note is brought in as well. We can hear that on our lead scene. So you'll always have that eighth note, and then you can bring in that quarter note. For a lot bigger tail. Pretty cool to have as an option. And last but not least, if you are on the JP15 version of this preset, you have an acoustic option, which you can use in the verses. nice little option to have if you so choose, a fun texture. So now let's hear how this gapless switching works utilizing all 4 scene controllers. It's really intricate, it's kind of hefty. We have different scene controllers tied to each of these with varying parameters based on what each amp needs. It's a lot, but it was a fun puzzle to try to figure out for when I use the FM3 live as opposed to the Axe FX3, where I can just use channels B through D. And aside from the level dips, because of the filter block that is engaged, we have gapless switching. It's a great way to utilize scene controllers to your benefit, and it is a wonderful way to get gapless switching on your FM3 if you're rocking that. Otherwise, you can take any of these channels if you like them, B through D, copy that in to your next preset for any of the overdrive, lead, or clean tones that you like hearing out of this Plexi amp. Well, that about does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial of tone. If you did, there are plenty more videos throughout the channel, tutorials of tone, gear reviews, playthroughs, Fractal 101s, etc. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.